5 disturbing creatures caught on camera. Welcome back to Just Scary. Creepy creatures can relate to scary stories or urban legends, but when these terrifying creatures are recorded on camera, the urban legend soon becomes an actual horror story. True stories of paranormal, such as the Mothman and the Yeti, were captured on film and became some of the scariest creatures in human history. Do you want to see 5 disturbing creatures? Then stay tuned. Mermaids. Just picture what you would do if you saw a woman's upper body and a fish's tail below the waist. Isn't it quite frightful to see this creature at night? Recently, there have been tales of mermaids being discovered in Karachi, Pakistan and afterwards sighted in Porbandar, Gujarat, India, raising the question, are mermaids real? Mermaids are fabled creatures supposed to be powerful water creatures with the body of a human woman and the tail of a fish. But are they real or do they coexist on our planet? Locals claim to have seen these underwater creatures when one of the most renowned mermaid sightings occurred in 2009 in Kiryat Yam, Israel. They arrived in significant numbers near Israel's working-class coastal cities. There was so much enthusiasm surrounding the findings of the mermaids that the mayor offered $1 million to anyone who would prove that the mermaids actually existed. Since 1943, mermaids have been reported to have walked, or more appropriately, swum the earth. Christopher Columbus, the greatest explorer of all time, makes this claim. They are, however, not as gorgeous as they are purported to be. The presence of another mermaid was revealed after tales of a mermaid's body being discovered on Marina Beach after a tsunami struck the coastal nation. This deceased mermaid's carcass is supposed to be tightly guarded in the Egmore Museum. Several Japanese soldiers claim to have spotted many mermaids off the coast of Indonesia's main islands during World War II. They have human faces and limbs, as well as spikes on their heads and lengthy fins when swimming underwater. The presence of mermaids is a continuous issue among numerous believers. While others may dismiss mermaid sightings as urban legends, you won't believe them unless you have your personal experiences. The Mothman. The Mothman is a humanoid monster reported to have been sighted in the Point Pleasant region between November 15, 1966 and December 15, 1967, according to folklore in West Virginia. 2 young Point Pleasant couples, Steve and Mary Mallet and Roger and Linda Scarberry, reported to authorities on November 15, 1966 that they have seen a gigantic white creature with flashing red eyes flying by the side of the road close to the TNT location in question. As they approached, witnesses reported that the creature screeched at them and flew after their car. The red-eyed monster had not been seen recently, but on Sunday night, a man driving along State Route 2 witnessed something bouncing from tree to tree. He stopped at the side of the road so that he could take some pictures. The monster looks to have long, bent legs and pointed wings in the photographs. The man who took these pictures was also the founding member of the Mothman Festival. Some people think that the Mothman is an ill omen that only manifests just before catastrophe. The winged red-eyed creature is said to have been seen just before the 1967 Point Pleasant Silver Bridge collapse, according to numerous reports. Some question Jeff Wamsley, a local Mothman specialist and proprietor of the Mothman Museum, after hearing that the Mothman photographs seem to be authentic. According to Wamsley, regardless of whether a photo is correct or not, it is almost impossible to verify if it's real with today's technology. Genuine advantages were provided to the town of Point Pleasant by the Mothman mythology. So, don't you want to see the next creepy creature? Well, here it is. The flying dinosaur-like reptiles known as Idaho pterosaurs have been spotted over Boise, Idaho. Pterosaurs are fascinating creatures that roam the skies with dinosaurs while they ruled the Earth from the late Jurassic to the end of the Cretaceous period, 228 to 66 million years ago. They are frequently misidentified as flying dinosaurs because of this. It's unlikely that anyone saw a pterosaur fly over Idaho, but never say never, except in this case. Pterosaurs were the first flying vertebrae with large flaps of skin forming their wings, and some got rather big. However, pterosaurs died for the same reason dinosaurs did 66 million years ago during the Cretaceous-Paleogene impact event. Following the discovery of numerous bones in Big Bend National Park in 1975, the largest pterosaur to ever exist was given the name Quetzalcoatlus northropi. The huge bones of the left wing were used to describe the species, although other smaller bones were also discovered in other parts of the park in various layers of rock. If you don't subscribe to this channel, tonight you will see the next creature on this list in your house. Don't worry, just kidding. Skunk Ape. Did you know that Florida is home to the elusive and enigmatic skunk monkeys that are said to dwell in the depths of the Florida Everglades? The pungent and secretive skunk monkeys are the focus of Dave Shealy's lifelong research. According to Dave Shealy, the Everglades are currently home to 7 to 9 skunk monkeys. In addition to seeing one of the fuzzy humanoids as a child, Dave Shealy claims to have seen the creature 4 other times, including in the year 2000 when he captured it on camera. The skunk ape is typically described as a bipedal, ape-like animal that is 1.5 to 2.1 meters or 5 to 7 feet tall and has reddish-brown hair that is matted. When compared to the typical reports of Bigfoot from the northern United States and Canada, the skunk ape is typically described as being smaller in stature. Its unpleasant scent, which is frequently compared to a skunk's, gave rise to its moniker. Since the time that European settlers first arrived in the area, the skunk ape has been mentioned in folklore throughout Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. The Seminole and Miccosukee cultures contain tales of a hideous beast known as Esti Kapkaki, whose name roughly translates to furry tall man or hairy giant. A sighting took place in 1929 at the well-known and just completed Perky Bar Tower in the Florida Keys. An unknown ape-like beast was allegedly enticed to the building site, according to witnesses. The creature inspected the bat tower immediately after it was supplied with bats and then shook it to scare the bats away before vanishing into the woods. The last creature we're going to discuss and see is the Yeti. If I ever saw a Yeti, it would probably be my last day on Earth. It is an enormous creature with large hands and jaws. We could all be killed with a simple palm squeeze. An expeditionary team of Indian Army mountaineers discovered the mysterious 32 by 15-inch footprints of the mythical Yeti near Makalu Base Camp on April 9, 2019. This elusive snowman has only ever been seen in Makalu National Park by a runner in the past. The Indian Army has reported that although many researchers, scientists, and people claim to have seen the Yeti, none of these claims have been verified. This brings us to the most obvious question. Is the Himalayan Yeti a real creature or not? Is it true that the claims of sightings of this ape-like mythical creature are beyond fairy tales and imagination? According to Shepra folklore, the animal is an integral part of their history. One of the Yeti's origin myths describes Shepra seeking vengeance on several Yetis. In another tale, a Yeti rape causes a local girl to lose her health. According to other legends, the Yeti grows larger around sunrise. Early in December 2007, American television host Joshua Gates and his crew claimed to have discovered several footprints in Naples' Everest region that resembled Yeti tracks. Each footprint was 33 centimeters or 13 inches long and had 5 toes that was a combined 25 centimeters, 9.8 inches wide. When Jeffrey Meldrum of Idaho State University inspected the footprints, he initially thought they were too morphologically exact to be false or man-made. But after conducting additional research, he had a change of heart. And that brings us to the ending of today's list. Do you believe any of these creatures exist? Comment down below. Also, do hit the subscribe, like, and bell icons. Also, to learn more scary stories, refer to our other videos. Goodbye!